Hello everyone. Today, we have a story about Anna, a woman who discovers a shocking truth about her husband, James, and her journey to rebuild trust and love in her family. But there's more to it than just a story. As we follow this amazing tale, we'll also learn some new English phrases and words and how to make sentences with them. This will help us practice English in a fun and easy way. So, stay with us till the end. My name is Anna. I am 38 years old, a homemaker, and a mother of 2 wonderful children. My husband, James, is a sales manager who works very hard. He often travels for work and comes home late. Sometimes, I feel lonely, but I always trusted him. Or at least, I thought I did. One Thursday afternoon, I was cleaning the house. The children were at school, and James was away on a business trip. I wanted to organize his briefcase because it always looked messy. As I opened it, something caught my eye. There was a small, black smartphone. It wasn't his usual phone. I felt my heart beat faster. Why did he have another phone? At first, I told myself it was nothing. Maybe it was a work phone. But why didn't he tell me about it? My hands trembled as I picked it up. The phone was locked, but I decided to try our wedding anniversary as the code. To my surprise, it worked. The screen opened to a series of messages. My stomach dropped as I read the texts. They were messages between James and another woman named Lisa. The messages were sweet, romantic, and sometimes even intimate. There were photos too, pictures of James and Lisa together, smiling. It felt like a knife had pierced my heart. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. My hands shook so much I almost dropped the phone. I sat down on the floor, trying to process what I had just seen. My mind was racing. How long had this been going on? Who was Lisa? Did James even love me anymore? When James came home that evening, I couldn't keep it to myself. I walked straight up to him and held the phone in front of him. "James, what is this?" I asked. My voice was shaking. His face turned pale. He quickly grabbed the phone from my hand. "Why were you looking at my phone?" he asked angrily. "Why do you have this phone?" I demanded. "Who is Lisa?" Instead of answering, James became defensive. "You had no right to go through my things." "This is private," he shouted. His reaction hurt me even more. He didn't apologize or explain. He just stormed out of the room, leaving me standing there, heartbroken. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind was full of questions. Should I leave him? What about the children? I couldn't think straight. The next morning, I called my best friend, Sarah. She listened quietly as I cried and told her everything. When I was done, she said, "Anna, you don't have to make a decision right now. Maybe you and James need help. Have you thought about counseling?" Counseling? The idea hadn't even crossed my mind. But the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like a good idea. I didn't want to throw away our marriage without trying to fix it. So, I decided to talk to James again. When I brought up counseling, James was resistant at first. "Why should I talk to a stranger about our problems?" he said. But I didn't give up. "If you care about our family, you will do this," I told him. After a few days, he finally agreed. Our first session was hard. James didn't say much, and I cried a lot. But the therapist was patient and kind. Over time, James began to open up. He admitted that he had felt unappreciated at home. "I work so hard for this family, but sometimes I feel invisible," he said. He explained that his relationship with Lisa had made him feel important and wanted. Hearing this was painful, but it also made me reflect on myself. I realized that I had been so focused on the children and the house that I had stopped paying attention to James. I had taken him for granted without even realizing it. The counseling sessions were not easy, but they helped us communicate better. We both made promises to each other. James promised to end his relationship with Lisa and focus on our family. I promised to be more supportive and show my appreciation for him. Rebuilding trust was a slow process, but we were both committed to making it work. Months later, things started to improve. We spent more time together as a family. James no longer traveled as much for work, and I made sure to plan date nights for just the two of us. We talked more, laughed more, and slowly, the pain began to heal. Looking back, I am grateful we didn't give up on each other. Marriage is not always perfect, but with effort and love, it can survive even the hardest challenges. I know we still have a long way to go, but I believe in our future. What a beautiful story that was. It taught us that relationships require effort, communication, and forgiveness. When problems arise, facing them together can lead to growth and a stronger bond. Today, we also learned some new English words and phrases to help us improve our language skills. Remember, practicing a little every day makes learning English fun and effective. Keep practicing, keep improving, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.